Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to see step-by-step instruction for GitHub Actions integration with CyberArk Secret Manager SaaS, or formerly known as Conjure Cloud. So you can go to the docs.cyberark.com, go to the Secret Manager SaaS. So that's where you can go to the authenticate workloads. So there, go to the GitHub action. So we will be following these step-by-step instructions. So the first part, you don't have to do it because we will be using a GitHub SaaS runners. So these steps, you can ignore it, and we will start everything from setting up resources in Secret Manager. For this entire step-by-step instruction, we will be leveraging upon JWT-based authentication, and we will be using CLI because CLI is much more simpler and it is being used by most of the DevOps people. So before we jump on to this step two, so what I want to show you guys, so this is the GitHub repo I put together. Again, I'll be sharing a link. So within the GitHub workflow, this is the workflow app one, what I created. And so this is a very simple one. Here, what I'm using a JWT based token, and then I'm using this Conjure Cloud, my extension, or you want to call it a plugin. So these are the few things are very important. The first one is the URL. So this URL should be pertaining to your tenant. So what you can do in my tenant, if I go to my tenant, my prefix of this particular tenant is apj minus secrets. So you have to amend it accordingly. Then account is gonna be Conjure, no issues in that. Authenticator ID. So this is another parameter what we have to make sure it's correct. The last is nothing but what are the secrets this pipeline when it's going to run, what all secrets is going to fetch. So these are the few secrets what I have put it here. Again, all these secrets, or this is what my safe name is, data/vault/Rajneeshwar Conjure Cloud Safe. I already have an access. So whatever host we are going to create, the host will have an access. Again, we will be showcasing it step by step. So to simplify everything, I put together like a couple of things as well. So, and then we are going to configure it step by step. So the first box is the GitHub repo here. My workflow name is workflow minus app one. So you can choose whatever you want. My repo name is, again, this is very important. In my case, my repo name is Rajneesh NSIT 2000 slash GitHub Actions minus lab. If I go back here, so you will be able to see. So this is what my repo name is, Rajneesh NSIT 2000 slash GitHub Actions minus lab. So you have to make sure you should note it down first. Then authenticator ID, this is what we are going to configure it. On the CyberArk side, you can pick and choose whatever you want. In my case, I'm going to use this Raj demo video GitHub. So what I'll do, I'll come here and I'll change it. So I'll go and edit my file. So I'll change my authenticator ID. So we are going to, you can commit, it's not going to work. I will simply save it. So this is the first and foremost thing. What you have to take a note, you can start it with this particular flow, start it from a GitHub repo, note down these couple of names. Then we are going to go to the host. In the host configuration, so you will be able to see couple of key things. The first thing is you have to provide a annotation. In the annotation, you have to make sure whatever the authenticator ID you are using, you should use the same authenticator ID. In the workflow, our workflow is workflow minus app one. In terms of the repository, it's Rajneesh NSIT. Again, this is what you should note it down. Rajneesh NSIT 2000 / GitHub Actions Lab. So these are the few things what you have to make note in the annotation. So then the host name, in the host name, you have to make sure whatever the workflow you're using, in my case, I'm just keeping it as a workflow, minus app1. So the first thing, it's coming from when you are going to define this authenticator. In the authenticator, the conjure / authn JWT. So this is authenticator, what we are configuring at like a couple of different places. So we will start it from here. JWKS URI, keep as it is. Token app property, keep as it is. Identity path is what we are defining where exactly your host is going to sit. So this is the path where we are going to go and create a host, data / GitHub Action App. So here, if you see data / GitHub Action App, your workflow app one is sitting under this particular branch. And the issuer, just keep as it is. Enforce claim, you can keep it as workflows repository. So these are the few things what you have to take note. Now we will get started. So we will be using this Raj demo video GitHub as an authenticator. First, for CLI based authentication, you should be able to log in. So let me go to my CLI. I will say conjure login. Let me provide my username. So this is what my username is. Let me provide my password. So once you provide your username password, in my case, it was a local user. So you will be able to see you managed to log in. So now what we can do, just for the sake of simplicity, we can create a new directory. I want to keep the directory name as Raj demo video GitHub. Okay, it's already exists. So we can clear it. So now we'll begin. So the first step is we have to go and create a authenticator. So this is what your ID is, the authenticator ID. So what I'll do, I'll simply copy this policy. Name it as a GitHub YAML. I'll save it. Nothing fancy. In the ID, I'll change the ID to what we configured, demo GitHub video, Raj demo video GitHub. I'll put it here. So this is what is going to be our authenticator ID. So it's configured. Now as a next step, it is asking us to load this policy. So I'll go back to my CLI client. At github.yaml, and we are putting it under this particular branch. So it has been created successfully. As a next step, what we have to do, we have to start configuring this variable. So let's configure this JWKS URI first. So here, instead of GitHub, so you have to change your authenticator ID to what we configured on the branch. So let me copy it. Let me put it. This one is all looks okay. Then as a next step, we are going to create, we are going to provide a token app property as a workflow. Again, I'll remove this GitHub. Again, you can automate everything. Done. Identity path is another one. What we need to see what exactly we have stated in our presentation. Raj, demo video, GitHub. Identity path is let's go back. So this is what we are talking about, identity path. We are going to keep it as a GitHub action. Okay, it has been set successfully. As a next step, we have to set it up for issuer. Done. So then we have to set it up for the enforced claims. That's where we are going to match both workflow and repository. Paste. Everything looks okay. Done. So now we are going to go and enable this authenticator. So now authenticator is enabled. So if I go back to my UI, here we are going to go to the authenticators. Let me search it with Raj. So this is what we have configured. Once you click here, you can see check the status. It's already enabled. If I go to the configuration, so that's where everything has been stored under the configuration. So the authenticator part is done. So now we will start creating a host. Again, I'm going to CLI. So I will say vi host.yaml. So I'm going to copy this, will paste it here. So here is my ID. And if you remember, we were talking about the, this is the host ID. and we have to go and make the changes on these auth and JWT as well. So what we will do, we'll go back here. So first, let me go and change my authenticator ID. So this is what my authenticator ID is. So it's all done. In terms of the release, if you see, this is what my uh, workflow name is. So in my case, it's going to be workflow app one. In terms of my repo, it will be my this specific repo. I'll go and paste it here. So in terms of the ID, so we are going to call this as workflow minus app one. The same ID here as well. Workflow minus app one. In terms of this policy ID, so here, whatever you have copied here is the GitHub Action app. So that's what I'm going to put it here. Let me copy it here, because this is where your host is going to be stored. This is what we have configured. So I'll put my ID here. I think that should be pretty much in terms of the host configuration. Now I will go back and let's try to load this policy under data branch. So I will say host.yaml. So host has been created successfully. If you see, this is what my host ID is: data slash GitHub Action app slash workflow minus app one. It looks all good. So now what we are going to say, hey, uh, my workload should be able to authenticate to the JWT authenticator as well. So let's create a JWT branch.yaml. I'll put it here. So here we have to go and change this to our host branch. So GitHub Action app. So once you do it, so what we have to do as a next step, so we are going to load this policy under this particular branch. So in our case, it's not GitHub. We are using a different name for the authenticator. So let me paste it here. So here, instead of GitHub, so it's looks all good. Let me clear this one. So as a last step, what we have to do, we have to mention that, hey, this particular workload, the workload we created, what all secrets it can get an access to. So that's what we are going to configure. Instead of this my secret safe, so we are going to create one of the safe what I'm using. So I'll copy this one. We are going to say my secrets safe.yaml. I'll paste it here. In my case, I have access to one of the safe called, let me go to this one. So this is the safe where I got an access to Rajneesh Kar, Conjure Cloud Safe. Again, it should be aligned to whatever the safe name you created into the CyberArk Privilege Access Management solution. Once I configure this grant, what we will do as the last step, we are going to load this policy. So let me paste it here. My secrets. So my policy has been loaded successfully. Until this stage, so most of the configuration has been done. For this specific code, again, you can use this one, you can modify it, or you can go to my GitHub repo. Again, I'll be sharing my link and you should be able to use this specific code as well. I think that should be pretty much about it. So now what we will do as a next step, let's try to edit something and then we will try to run whether to see if it is going to work or not. So here I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, gonna commit these changes. Once I commit these changes, let's go to action. So here it is still running the workflow. So here, if you see, set up the job. So it all managed to run successfully. So we managed to fetch the secrets. So it's fetched. It looks all good. So now what we will do, we will go to the CyberArk Secret Manager, go to the audit, and we will see from an audit standpoint whether we can see the same workload fetching the secrets or not. First, it should be going through the authentication, and then it will be fetching the secrets. So it takes like a couple of seconds for the audit information to appear. So what I do, I'll pause this video and then we'll come back in 2-3 minutes. So it took a couple of minutes for audit information to appear. If I go up, so you will be able to see my Conjure host data slash GitHub action app workflow app one is able to is unsuccessful to go and fetch the passwords. Whereas if I go to the login, so you are able to see the login has gone success. So one of the mistake what we made here is my group is called GitHub Action App, whereas when we were looking at a my secret safe, so I made a mistake here. So what we have to do here, I have to go and change it. GitHub Action App. So then let's load this policy again, and then it should work perfectly fine. So what we will do, we'll try to run this workflow one more time, and then we will go back and see whether the secrets are being fetched successfully or not. I'm going to go and commit the changes. Going to go to the action. It's still running. So I'll pause this video and then we'll come back. Okay, it took a bit of time. So here we can see first authentication went through, and then GitHub was fetching the password, the address, and the username, what we defined in our GitHub workflow script. So that's pretty much from my side. So thanks a lot, everyone, for watching this step-by-step video.